There's a hard truth no one wants to hear, a profound reality often obscured by fleeting desires and instant gratification. You don't need more motivation. It's a fickle friend. You don't need more inspiration. It's a temporary spark. What you truly need, what will fundamentally transform your life, is unwavering discipline. This isn't a gentle whisper of encouragement. It's a serious call to arms. For every young adult navigating complex choices, every entrepreneur battling relentless odds, every student striving for academic excellence, and every athlete pushing physical limits, discipline is not an option. It is the bedrock of your future. It is the silent, relentless force that builds empires, masters skills, and forges character. Motivation is a beautiful, yet incredibly fragile emotion. It flares brightly when you start a new project, when you envision a grand future, or when you feel the initial rush of inspiration. But like a flickering candle, it fades when the winds of discomfort, doubt, or sheer exhaustion begin to blow. Think about those early morning workouts you planned, the study sessions you committed to, or the business proposals you swore you'd finish. How often did motivation abandon you when the alarm blared, when the textbook seemed too dense, or when the rejection email landed? Motivation is a fair-weather friend, present only when conditions are ideal. Discipline, however, is an entirely different beast. It doesn't care how you feel. It simply demands action. It's the internal compass that guides you through the storm, the unwavering commitment that keeps you moving forward when your body screams to quit, when your mind begs for ease, and when the world tells you to give up. Discipline is the quiet, persistent voice that reminds you of your purpose, even when all other voices have fallen silent. It's the athlete showing up for practice in the rain, the student burning the midnight oil for an exam, the entrepreneur making cold calls after a string of failures. These aren't acts of fleeting motivation. They are monuments to an unshakable discipline. This is the power that carries you through the inevitable valleys of any ambitious journey. Many mistakenly believe freedom is the absence of rules, the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want. But this is a superficial, even dangerous, illusion. True freedom, profound and lasting, is born from discipline. It is freedom from regret, from the gnawing what-ifs that haunt those who chose comfort over commitment. It is freedom from mediocrity, from the soul-crushing realization that you settled for less than you were capable of achieving. It is freedom from the chaos of your own emotions, from being tossed about by every passing mood or fleeting desire. When you master your habits, when you consciously choose the difficult path, you seize control of your future. You become the architect of your destiny, rather than a passenger in a life dictated by circumstance. Most people spend their lives waiting. They wait for the right moment, for inspiration to strike, for the perfect conditions to align. They wait to feel ready, as if readiness is a gift bestowed upon them rather than a state cultivated through consistent effort. They wait for the spark, the sign, the cosmic permission to begin. But champions, true achievers, don't wait. They act. They understand that the perfect moment rarely arrives. It must be created. They build routines when no one is watching, when the initial excitement has long faded. They grind through the mundane, the repetitive, the unglamorous tasks that form the foundation of greatness. They show up day after day when others choose to sleep in, to procrastinate, or to simply give up. Discipline doesn't care about your mood. It's not concerned with whether you woke up feeling energized or exhausted, inspired or indifferent. It's about commitment, a solemn promise you make to yourself, to your goals, and to your future. It's about making a choice day after day to honor that commitment, regardless of how you feel in the moment. This is where true resilience is forged. This is where character is built. When you choose to act despite resistance, you are not just completing a task, you are reinforcing a powerful internal narrative. I am someone who follows through. I am someone who keeps my word to myself. This consistent self-affirmation, built through disciplined action, is where genuine freedom is born. Let's shatter another common misconception. Freedom is not waking up whenever you want, indulging every whim, or avoiding all responsibility. That's not freedom. That's aimlessness, a life adrift without an anchor. True freedom is waking up with a profound sense of purpose, knowing exactly why you're rising and what you intend to accomplish. Freedom is not doing what's easy, it's doing what's necessary. It's choosing the challenging path that leads to growth, mastery, and fulfillment, rather than the comfortable path that leads to stagnation and regret. You see, discipline builds structure, and structure, paradoxically, builds power. And power, real sustainable power over your life and your circumstances, comes from unwavering consistency. Imagine an athlete training for the Olympics. Their schedule is rigid, their diet strict, their recovery meticulous. This isn't a restriction of freedom. It's the very structure that allows them to achieve peak performance, to push the boundaries of human capability. For a student, it's the disciplined study schedule, the consistent review, the deliberate practice that builds a robust understanding and mastery of complex subjects. For an entrepreneur, it's the structured approach to market research, product development, and customer outreach, even when faced with uncertainty. This structure isn't a cage, it's a scaffold upon which you build your dreams. It provides the stability and predictability necessary to execute complex plans, to develop intricate skills, and to achieve monumental goals. Without this disciplined structure, efforts remain scattered, potential remains untapped, and dreams remain just that, dreams. When you wake up early to train, pushing your body beyond its perceived limits, that is freedom. When you choose focused work over the endless distractions of social media and entertainment, that is freedom. When you stay committed to your vision while everyone else drifts aimlessly, swayed by fleeting trends and instant gratification, that is profound freedom. Because in those moments, you are no longer controlled by weakness, by impulse, or by external pressures. You have become the master of yourself. You are dictating your actions, aligning them with your highest values and aspirations. This internal mastery is the most potent form of liberation, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with resilience and purpose. It's the freedom to choose your response, to direct your energy, and to sculpt your character. Every great athlete who has shattered records, every successful entrepreneur who has built an empire from nothing, every visionary who has ever changed the world, they all share a common trait. They were once individuals who simply decided to keep showing up day after day, even when it hurt, even when success seemed distant, even when doubt was a constant companion. They didn't win because they were inherently smarter, more talented, or luckier than everyone else. While talent plays a role, it is discipline that amplifies it, refines it, and ultimately makes it shine. They won because they were disciplined. They understood that consistent, deliberate effort, applied over time, is the most powerful force for transformation known to humanity. Their stories are not just tales of triumph. They are testaments to the relentless power of disciplined action. Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself you'd start tomorrow? How many dreams have you delayed? How many opportunities have you missed because you simply didn't feel like it in the moment? This is the insidious trap of procrastination, fueled by the deceptive whispers of motivation. Motivation will lie to you. It will tell you to rest, to take it easy, to wait for a better day. It will whisper, "You've done enough," even when you know deep down you have more to give. But discipline doesn't whisper, it commands. It demands greatness, not out of cruelty, but out of a profound understanding of your true potential. It pushes you past comfort, past fear, and into the realm of achievement. The pain of discipline is temporary. It's the discomfort of an early morning run, the mental strain of a challenging study session, the emotional toll of a difficult business decision. This pain is a signal of growth, a sign that you are pushing boundaries and expanding your capabilities. It is a pain that, once endured, leaves you stronger, wiser, and more capable. The pain of regret, however, lasts forever. It's the haunting echo of missed opportunities, the bitter taste of unfulfilled potential, the constant question of what if, when you chose comfort over commitment. When you skip your goals, when you give in to immediate gratification, you're not saving energy. You're giving away your potential, piece by agonizing piece. You are trading a moment of ease for a lifetime of wondering what could have been. Every single time you follow through on a commitment, every time you push past laziness, fear, or self-doubt, you are not just completing a task, you are actively building a new version of yourself, a stronger, sharper, more resilient, and ultimately unstoppable individual. Each disciplined act is a brick in the foundation of your character, a testament to your resolve. Discipline is not punishment. It is the highest form of self-love. It is saying, I respect my future self enough to do what is hard today. It is an investment in your potential, a declaration that you are worthy of the effort required to achieve your dreams. It's a profound act of care, ensuring that the person you become is the person you aspire to be. Because freedom doesn't come from avoiding work, from sidestepping challenges, or from seeking the path of least resistance. That leads to stagnation, to a life unlived. True freedom comes from mastering the work, from embracing the challenges, from conquering the resistance. It comes from developing the skills, the knowledge, and the resilience to navigate any obstacle that life throws your way. When you master your craft, when you become proficient in your chosen field, you gain an unparalleled sense of autonomy and control. You are no longer at the mercy of external forces. You are the master of your domain. This mastery, born from relentless discipline, is the key to unlocking a life of profound purpose and impact. Consider the small, seemingly insignificant acts of discipline that accumulate into monumental freedom. When your alarm rings and you choose to rise rather than hitting snooze and succumbing to comfort, that is freedom. When you train your mind to focus amidst a world of distractions, channeling your energy towards what truly matters, that is freedom. When you consciously say no to temptations and distractions that pull you away from your goals, that is freedom. Every single disciplined act, no matter how small, is a deliberate step away from the life you don't want, the life of regret and unfulfilled potential. And with each step, you move closer to the life you've always dreamed of, the life of purpose, achievement, and profound satisfaction. These daily choices are the currency of your future. You cannot build a lasting legacy on excuses. Excuses are the architects of mediocrity, the silent killers of dreams. You cannot build true strength, whether physical, mental, or emotional, on a foundation of comfort and ease. Strength is forged in the fires of challenge and sustained through consistent effort. And you absolutely cannot build genuine, enduring freedom without the unwavering commitment of discipline. So stop waiting for the right mood to strike. Stop waiting to feel ready, because readiness is a consequence of action, not a prerequisite. Start now. Even if you're tired, push through. Even if you're scared, take that first step. Even if no one believes in you yet, believe in the power of your own disciplined action. Because one day, when success feels natural, when your habits have become your power, when the life you once only dreamed of is your reality, you will look back. You will realize that every sacrifice, every small act of discipline, every moment of choosing the hard path was not a burden, but a liberation. It was setting you free, piece by piece, day by day. You will no longer be a prisoner of your weaknesses, your impulses, or your fears. You will be the architect of your destiny, the master of your choices, and the author of your own extraordinary story. And that, my friends, that is true freedom. The time for waiting is over. The time for excuses has passed. Your future, your potential, your freedom, they are not gifts to be received, but achievements to be earned through consistent, unwavering discipline. Take action now. Identify one small, disciplined habit you can start today. Whether it's dedicating 15 minutes to a challenging task, waking up 10 minutes earlier, or saying no to a distraction, commit to it, not for a day, but for a week. Then build on it. Embrace the discomfort, for it is the crucible of your greatness. Share your commitment with someone, or simply write it down. Your journey to true freedom begins with this single, disciplined step.